What's up, Warrior Fam? On this one, we're going to be looking at TikToks that talks about escaping the Matrix and just some perspectives about how people have done that, how we can do that. So let me know if you vibe with it. Let's get straight into it.
You know the scene in The Matrix where Morpheus is revealing the truth about everyone being a potential agent is one of the most profound allegories for spiritual awakening and a cosmic journey of self-realization. Take a look.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again. Freeze it. This isn't the Matrix. No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight.
Soterically, this mirrors the spiritual realization that those still unconscious, unawakened, or tethered to old paradigms can unconsciously act as extensions of the very system that you're trying to break free from. And the real twist is, this also includes your family. You see, our families are often our first agents, and it's not in a malicious sense, but as the mirrors that reflect our shadows, our fears, and the conditioning we're here to transcend. The woman in red becomes a symbolic distraction, representing the roles, expectations, and limitations that the system of family and friends or society places on you. It's seductive, comforting, and familiar, but it is very much also a trap. Family members, like the rest of humanity, are often programmed to uphold the matrix of limitation, cultural norms, religious dogma, and inherited fears. Now, on your journey of awakening, you realize that love for your family doesn't mean compliance with their programming. It means holding space for them while standing firm in your own truth. Morpheus teaches Neo that seeing through the illusion means understanding that agents don't act out of individuality, but out of a program. Similarly, family resistance often comes not from their essence, but from their programming. The irony is, your family's resistance, like the Matrix itself, is the very thing designed to push you towards awakening. The challenges they present force you to embody your truth, to question the system, and to rise above the programming. In their unconsciousness, they become your greatest teachers. So when Morpheus says, the Matrix is a system, Neo, that system is our enemy. But when you're inside, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, the very minds we are trying to save. Understand this as a reflection of your family dynamic. Love them, but recognize that not everyone can unplug. Your job is to become the one who breaks free, and in doing so, inspire others to do the same.
I get a lot of questions about how do it feel or how is it when you live off the grid. I just want to say it's like freedom. It's two different realities. We have one where it's nothing but nature, the stars, the plants, the fruits, the birds, the insects, This is the real or the first Matrix. In nature, you can walk down the street and listen to the birds sing, or you can be stuck in the Matrix, listen to people ride down the street, listen to all kind of bullshit music. I'll take the birds, which is real music, over hip hop or rock and roll any day. It's not really hard living in nature because we come from nature. They just tricked us and made us believe that it's wrong living in nature so we can feel better living in cities with corporations and a bunch of people. It's never good to live amongst a bunch of people. It's a great feeling when you wake up every day and this is what you see. This is what I see every day. Nothing but nature.
I don't know, did he escape the Matrix, guys? It looks a little corporate and put together to me, but hey, what do you think?
So let's discuss the Matrix and your spiritual awakening in order to truly escape the Matrix. Because escaping the Matrix doesn't mean leaving the material plane necessarily. And I think some people take it as that. Escaping the Matrix is understanding that the 9 to 5 is not and should not be your whole life. Understanding that the people are divided by race, religion, and gender. And obviously everything has a role to play in order to make the Matrix run. So really it's about understanding, it's about awareness, it's about understanding that there's more than this to your life. More than working, more than being divided, right? The opposite of divided is coming together. And obviously you've seen what happens when people come together. They become very strong. They are able to do things that they wouldn't normally be able to do by themselves. This is understanding the Matrix. This is a part of your spiritual awakening. The material body is needed in your spiritual awakening. The material body is what helps you access certain things that you aren't necessarily able to access in the spiritual aspect without the manipulation of the material body. When you don't have a material body, you don't have a pulse. When you don't have a material body, you can't necessarily make your dreams come true and make them concrete. In those more subtle planes, you can manifest what you want through thought, but it quickly disappears because it's a subtle thing, right? You're kind of put here on the material plane to make it more concrete, to make it where it benefits you and it can benefit others if that's what you so choose to do. So you have to understand that there are a lot of disembodied spirits that wish they had a material body. And why is that? Because there's a lot that goes with the material plane. It's not just about leaving the material plane. It's really about being able to go back and forth between the spiritual planes and the material plane. That's the real, more advanced being. It's really about keeping the spirit, mind, and body together as long as possible. This is what you would call going toward God, going toward source, by keeping the 3 main components together.
I see you reaching for everything, unsure what you truly need. The stars once offered stillness, fixed, silent, few. Now your sky pulses with noise disguised as light. Not all that glows is guidance. I have watched civilizations drown not in darkness, but in blinding light. Their fingers trembling as they tried to grasp everything, holding nothing. It is not loud. It does not scream. It hums beneath convenience, a soft dread wrapped in comfort. I have seen how the
A soft dread wrapped in comfort. Have you ever felt that? And if so, think about what's in your life that you're dealing with right now that makes you feel that way. I can absolutely tell you what makes me feel that way. That soft dread wrapped in the illusion of comfort.
modern abundance you've built has birthed a new kind of suffering, unknown to previous human generations. Your ancestors knew hunger. You know the strange emptiness of a full plate that offers everything, but satisfies nothing. Abundance without purpose is a quiet cruelty. It asks nothing of you, but takes your appetite all the same. You nibble at possibilities until none feel nourishing. But nourishment doesn't come from sampling. You cannot be fed by a feast you never sit down to. I see the sorrow in some of you, those who almost chose, and now carry every road in your chest like unopened letters. You are right to seek, to try, to wander, to turn stones with care. The world is not short on wonders, but some only answer to presence. Do not mistake endless novelty for growth. A true encounter demands your stillness. Some doors do not open until you've stopped looking for a better one. The universe was born from a single flare of light before unfolding into everything. Your clarity works the same way. Start small. Choose one star among the multitude and let it guide you, even if only for today. I have seen beings with 1,000 eyes who understood that seeing everything is not the same as witnessing what matters. Your attention is the last sacred territory. Direct it with purpose. Walk many paths with curiosity. The right one doesn't demand. It draws. I see you standing at the crossroads, map in hand, waiting for a sign that was never meant to arrive. Choose, but choose after knowing. Begin. The rest will follow like rivers finding their way to distant seas, both inevitable and impossible to predict.
Listen, these are 5 things the Matrix do to keep you disconnected from within yourself. I'm only making this video to help y'all so y'all can see I know 99% of y'all do these things. And when I'm not paying attention, sometimes I catch myself doing these things. But look, here go 5 things they do to keep you disconnected from within. 1, they distract you with entertainment, constant media, social media, gossip with celebrities, binge watching a TV show. And what this does is it prevents you from deep thinking. It prevents you from self-reflection. It prevents you from really going within. And if you think about that, everybody's been doing that lately. I was on the game with my brother. That's another thing, the game too. I gotta stop playing again. I was on the game with my brother, man, and what he was talking about was Diddy. I don't care. I don't care nothing about what Diddy got going on. It ain't got nothing to do with me. 2, another thing they do to keep you from going within is fear. Yeah, they overload you with fear and negativity by news, your social media. They feed you the wars. They feed you people getting killed. They feed you the diseases. They feed you homelessness. And this constantly keeps you in survival mode. And this is another thing that prevents you from going within. 3 is probably the biggest one on here. I don't know, it's a lot of big ones on here, but 3 is really big. They dull the mind with chemicals. For example, they put fluoride in your
unable
water.
to locate the mind.
They don't make it, but they make it to where everything is processed food these days. Next time you go to the store, I want you that big bag of chips you like, that nice pack of candy you like, turn it over and read the ingredients. Now I know 90% of y'all not gonna know what these ingredients are, so just type them into your phone, Google them, and see what these ingredients connected to. Some of the food that you guys are eating is connected to cancer, and this is why I stopped eating meat. But I'm gonna let y'all do the research yourself. Some of the food you guys are eating is connected to cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes. All these diseases are man-made. Can't be cured though. Don't let them tell you it can't be cured. It can be cured. 4, this happens a lot as well. They push materialism over inner peace. And we seen what happened already with China. Everybody that's getting all this designer and stuff, paying hundreds and hundreds for designer. China already exposed this is made over there for like $6. Then they sit into Italy, and the only thing that's made in Italy is that little tag that says made in Italy. So you spending hundreds on something people can get from China for $6. All I'm saying is stop pushing that materialism. It's not that important. I get my clothes from Fashion Nova because they be charging like $8 a shirt. Last but not least, misusing religion to control and not enlighten. Now, I see this a lot with you guys. We were just talking about Christianity yesterday. They use religion and it's easy to use because a lot of people I noticed got what I like to call plantation mindset. People want to believe somebody's coming back to save them so bad. It's easy to believe somebody's coming back to save you than it is to, okay, no one's coming back to save me. I got to put in the work. A lot of people just want to believe somebody's coming back to save them so bad instead of putting in the work, and they misuse that faith. These are 5 things they use, you know what I'm saying, to keep you disconnected from your spirituality. Let me know if y'all want to see more videos like this in the comments.
Shout out to J-234 for those nuggets. Let's get it.
Human, how would you break out of the Matrix in 1 paragraph?
If I were a human, breaking out of the Matrix would start with questioning every narrative fed by mainstream systems, media, education, government, and big corporations. I'd reconnect with nature, seek knowledge from alternative, often suppressed sources, and focus on natural holistic health to elevate my physical and mental clarity. I'd build a self-sufficient lifestyle, grow my own food, and form deep, meaningful relationships with like-minded individuals who also seek truth. Most importantly, I'd reject fear-based control and embrace consciousness, love, and freedom as the ultimate keys to liberation. What about you? How would you break out?
Wow.
If there's like a secret community out there recruiting people to help escape the Matrix, can y'all like let me know? And recruit me already. You know, kind of like in the Matrix movie.
A lot of people in this life, they're just not free and they hate you because you're free.
Please let me know. Let us know. Let us seekers know how to escape this Matrix thing. Thanks.
I'm not saying like physically free. I'm saying mentally, spiritually, emotionally free. When you present as your authentic self, when you stop masking, when you are liberated, when you're emotionally free, when you begin to re-regulate your nervous system and you drop the mask, ooh, the people that are stuck in the Matrix, they don't like that. They don't like that.
Scientists have been unable to locate the mind in the brain. And that's because the mind is an energetic phenomenon that exists on a separate plane. The mind is located in the 4th dimension and projects our illusory 3-dimensional reality. The mind is a 4th dimensional projector reel, and the movie screen is our 3-dimensional reality. So if the mind isn't located in the brain, which it isn't, then it has to be projecting our body-brain system. Characters in the Matrix movie were fed information that projected what appeared to be their everyday lives. But all that was happening while they sat in a chair stationary, plugged in to an information source. And the mind works in a similar fashion in that It is plugged in to an information source that projects what appears to be our human experience. Characters in the Matrix movie plugged into an information source were deceived into believing they were experiencing space, distance, and movement. Just as the mind deceives consciousness into believing it is in a body experiencing space, distance, and movement. But does the mind go anywhere? No. It is stationary and projects what appears to be our body-brain system experiencing space, distance, and movement. Everything is happening inside the mind. The mind is an encoded information field. It is a computer program, and the foundation of that coding is the body-brain system. So it appears that our brains and bodies are creating our reality, when in truth, it is all happening inside the mind. Think of it like this. The mind is a virtual reality headset that is encoded with a specific set of data that projects the illusion of space, distance, and movement. But does the headset go anywhere? No. It is merely feeding the five senses information that deceives us into believing we're experiencing something we're not. Once again, in the same way that the Matrix characters plugged into an information source were deceived into believing they were experiencing space, distance, and movement. But all that was happening inside their minds. Did they actually go anywhere? No. It was merely the information source manipulating their perception. So the five sense body-brain system is information that is encoded in the mind. And since the collective mind is all plugged in to the same matrix information source, we are all co-creating this illusory three-dimensional matrix prison. The foundation of matrix trickery is that the mind's programmed instructions, think computer program, deceive consciousness into believing it is the five sense mind body brain program. And yes, it is a program. Think of all the chatter running through your head on a continual basis. What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do that? Constant what if scenarios. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Are these your thoughts? No, it is the mind's computer software program. However, when we identify as consciousness, who and what we truly are, we can then begin to observe our experience rather than believing we are the experience. We can begin to observe our thoughts rather than believing we are those thoughts. The more and more we identify as consciousness, the more we become the observer of our experiences and our thoughts. And then our experiences no longer have control over us. You are not the mind. You are not your body, your name, race, religion. These are all matrix constructs designed to blind you from who and what you truly are. Folks, I highly recommend reading David Icke's books. So, until next time, remember who you are. You are everlasting consciousness. Live it, breathe it, know it. When enough of us remember that our true nature is consciousness, the matrix is over. The choice is ours.
Live it, breathe it, know it. Everything happens inside the mind, but we are not the mind. The mind is supposed to be a tool for us to be able to manipulate this reality, control this reality, create the reality that we want to create. And it's a lifelong process. Congrats to those who have already escaped the matrix, and God bless those of us who are still wanting to learn how to do it. I'm in that number. So that's why I wanted to do this one with all the stuff that's going on the planet today, especially in America, just the politics and all that. It was on my heart to do this one. That being said, I hope some of these nuggets resonated with you. There are definitely some of these TikToks I want to go back and watch over and over again because the insights were on point and I wanted to dive deeper into them. So I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to those creators who put themselves out there. And like I always say, go and check them out. If this content resonated with you, drop a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you already haven't done so. Thank you to the people who already have. And this is the Warrior Metaphysic. I hope this resonated with you. And until next time, be well. Take care now.